Hey, so I'm Nick, this is Dustin. We're the co-founders of WAZOO, and we make everyday gear with wild capability. So our whole purpose is to add function to everyday items so that an individual can be more capable no matter what they're doing, from day-to-day life to wilderness survival and anything in between. So camping, hiking, fishing, hunting. We make platforms that allow you to carry more and do more. So top of the line stuff that we do here is our cache wear. We've got belts, stainless steel buckle, Cerakote finish, Velcro closure pocket the whole way around that's designed to store some custom kits that we developed.
So we make a kit that fits inside the belt. Also, some of the components can fit inside the hat as well as part of the system. And for example, our Pride ship, flagship, full kit, that's pretty much this whole 72-hour kit, basically has everything except for maybe something that you could create shelter out of, but it's basically a full-on tool kit. And it's just a plethora of different things, such as safety pins, magnetized needle, fishing hooks, fishing weights, whistle, Technora cord, zip ties, duct tape, fire plugs, ferrocerium rod, ferrocerium scraper, water bag. Yep, it actually has a full-size 1-liter water bag, purification tablets, Ranger bands, water pre-filter, aluminum foil, wire saw, flashlight, ceramic knife, compass, signal mirror, brass wire, and trail markers. And each one of those components has either been adapted in our way to make it higher quality or more multifunctional, or is the highest quality on the market. For example, the button compass, most people have a pretty sour opinion of button compasses for good reason. 99 out of 100 button compasses are just complete crap. This is actually a Japanese-made compass. It can go down 3 atmospheres, meaning like 100+ feet underwater. Super high quality compass. You're not gonna find anywhere else really. Same thing with like rope. The rope in here is Technora. Literally, it's the same rope that they used on the Mars rover, and they use it for deep sea, like oil and gas stuff. It's the strongest, one of the strongest materials on Earth. Actually, one of the strongest materials in the universe because they've used it on Mars. And all these things are packaged in a way that you can easily put them in the full kit inside the belt, travel with it, wear it every day, and it's super comfortable.
And then similarly, people wanted us to make a hat, which we decided we couldn't make a normal hat with our logo on it. So we went ahead and added some pockets on the inside. It's got a wicking, cooling mesh material, but each one of these orange things is a pocket you could store items in. It's got an X for retroreflective signaling at night. And then there's also some bill pockets here that you can store additional items inside the bill of the hat as well. So just, again, adding more ways to carry tools and resources. We've got those standard front and width patch panels. Along the same lines, we've got practical pendants, we call them. So we've got fire starters with ceramic as our scraper because it'll never rust, it'll never dull, it's harder than steel. And then they've got a ferro rod toggle. The other item here is a Viking whetstone pendant, which is made in Arkansas from Arkansas Novaculite. We got multiple facets and surfaces on it so that it can be used to sharpen a wide variety of tools. And then we recently launched our sparks on Kickstarter and created the hybrid Viking spark, which combines both the fire starting and knife sharpening aspects of our other necklaces. Lastly here on display this week, we've got our bandanas. So again, 101 uses for a bandana in the outdoors. We worked with experts in their respective fields to create one focused on wild edibles and medicinal plants, as well as one for tracking animals. So it's got 21 different animal tracks and prints found around North America. So designed to kind of seed that knowledge and seeking outdoor education in different ways. So great things to do with people while you're outdoors. Carry it as a bandana, and also gives you something else to do while you're out and about. Useful resource. And our last little item, forgot about these because they're brand new. It's a burnable card. We call it the fire card, but made of a flammable bioplastic. You light it up, it's waterproof, weatherproof. Keep it in your wallet, and when you need it, you've got an emergency fire tender with you.
So we're online, wazoogear.com. That's where we have an array of stuff. You can buy the things individually, like you can buy just the individual pieces for a kit like this, and you can buy a kit. You can buy the stuff to put the kit in.
Yeah, wazoogear.com and
WAZOO Gear Co.
WAZOO Gear Co. on Instagram.
Hey there, I'm Rob from Exotac, and we're here at the Bushcrafting Co-op here with Georgia Bushcraft, and we have our display set up with a number of products. If you're not familiar with our products, we make a number of fire starters, and they're all designed and manufactured in the USA. What we're known for is our premium quality and our metal manufacturing. Many of these products have been designed based on customer feedback and survival experts' opinions, and many of them have been designed and iterated from previous products. One of the products that we love and our customers love the most is the Titan Light. What's neat about the Titan Light is it's a liquid fuel lighter, and it'll look reminiscent of a Zippo, except for it's round. And what's cool about it is the flint, the wick, and the fuel is all made by Zippo, and you can find those parts all over the world. So it doesn't matter if you're traveling in Europe, South America, Africa, you can find the parts you need to replace the consumables. It is fairly windproof. As you see, it's pretty windy out here, and it still lights and keeps the flame. What's really neat about it is the O-ring. The O-ring seals it up. It keeps it from evaporating. There's an O-ring on the main cap, and there's an O-ring on the fuel cap. You can take this bottom cap off, and to fill it up, you'd fill this bottom cap up with lighter fluid. It's about 2 ounces, and you'd pour it in here on the first fill. What you want to be careful of is not to overfill this. The cotton should just be saturated, but not floating in fuel. And if you do that, this thing right here will last you over a year without evaporating, assuming you're not regularly using it. If you put it in your pack, if you use it, you'll need to refill it, of course, from time to time. The other neat feature that we designed is this brass pin, which you can see goes through both sides. If you find the small end and you push on it with your fingernail, then you find the large end and you just kind of pick at it with your fingernails and pry it out. What's cool about this is that it requires no tools, and you can take it apart very carefully. Of course, it does have small parts, as any lighter does, but it only has a spring and a flint in here. So you can pull the wick out, trim it, and service it as needed, and you can replace your flint. So you would just pull the spring out and tap the flint out, and you can store extra flints in the fuel compartment, as they won't be corroded by the fuel. Then you want to put it back together, you just slide it back in here, and then you would take your brass pin, find the hole and stick it back through, and push it in, it snaps in, and that's it. So it's very, very easy to maintain. It only has a single moving part, which would be the flint wheel, so you don't have to worry about the product breaking. It's of course waterproof as well. And that's the Titan Light by Exotac. Another product that seems to be a fan favorite here at the Bushcrafting Co-op is the rip spool. So if you haven't heard of the rip spool, it was originally designed around a duct tape spool. So we wanted a kit that you could have to repair all your gear, but we could also do an improvised fishing kit with it. So this is 50 feet of a braided synthetic line. It's a roughly 30-pound test, and this is 50 inches of duct tape, essentially. And inside here, these two unscrew, and what you have here is inside here you have a sail needle. And what you can do is you can put your cord through here and push it back through here, and you can use this as an awl. You can also store fishing hooks and sinkers in here, and then that's how you would make it into an improvised fishing kit. The sail needle, as you may know, can be used as an improvised compass. You can stab it through another object, whether or not something that would float, like a tinder tab, and then you can float it on water. You can magnetize it using a wool sock, as we learned yesterday, which is really interesting. And then once you're done, you can put it all back together and screw it in, and you have the rip spool. The tape typically can be used either as you would think, to repair something that's leaking, like your rain fly. It can also be used as a fire extender. If you take the tape and you pull it out sticky side up, and you scrape your ferrocerium rod into the sticky side, not only will it hold the ferrocerium shavings before you light it, but once you light them, the tape will catch fire and act as a fire extender. Then lastly, you have this cord here, which is fire cord. So inside here, there's a red strand. If you cut this apart, pull the red strand out, it'll burn like a wick, and you can burn it with a single spark. So that's the rip spool, and it's a very compact, very useful package that's been extremely popular, more popular than we expected it to be. So those are the two highlights of the products here at Bushcrafting Co-op here in Georgia. I'm Rob from Exotac, and thank you for joining us.